Welcome everybody, here we are ready to get started with Game 6 of the 1970 World Series replay between the Baltimore Orioles and the Cincinnati Reds. We are at Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati and the Orioles lead the series 3-2. Don Buford is about to get in the box and Tony Cloninger is looking in for the sign. And this is our first roll. It's a 1-5, it's off Buford's card. And it's a split die, 14 line drive base hit Buford. He's on at first. It's Mark Belanger. Mark Belanger's going to bunt. And it's a 5. That's batters thrown out by pitcher. Runners advance. So that's a successful sacrifice. Over to second goes Buford. And Cloninger looks in for the sign to Boog Powell. And it's a 5-7. It's off Cloninger's card, 5-7. And that's going to be a split die. It's a 3. And that's going to be a line drive base hit. And Buford rounds third. There's going to be a throw home. But he's in safely. So it's a single and RBI for Powell. And the Orioles are up 1-0. Here's a pitch to Frank Robinson. It's a 3-6. 3-6 is a strikeout. 2 away. And it's Paul Blair. It's a 4-4 off Cloninger's card. It's a pop-up to the right side. First baseman May makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Score is Baltimore 1 and Cincinnati coming to bat. And it's going to be Dave McNally for the Orioles. And he's going to pitch against Pete Rose. And it's a 2-11. It's a ground ball. Hit hard right at the second baseman Johnson. 1 away. Bob Tolan. 3-8. It's a line drive base hit for Tolan. Tolan is the stolen base leader in the National League, so he'll probably be taken off. He's a double-A. And there he goes, and he's safe at second. Throw is nowhere close. So Tolan's a second, and it's Perez. And it's a 6-4 off McNally's card. A 6-4 is a pop-up to the right side. Third baseman Powell, first baseman Powell is there. Bench. It's a 3-9. A 3-9 is going to be a split, and it's going to be a line drive, base hit. Around comes Tolan to score. And Bench is on at first with a single, an RBI single, and the game is tied at 1 apiece. The bottom of the first inning. It's going to be Lee May. And it's 4-6. It's off McNally's card. And that's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So that's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. Welcome everybody. We go to the top of the 4th inning. And the score is 2-1 Reds. It's going to be Frank Robinson, Paul Blair, and Brooks Robinson against Tony Cloninger. Game 6 of the 1970 World Series. Here's the pitch. It's a 2-4. It's a line drive base hit. Frank Robinson is on at first. Paul Blair is going to bunt him over, and that's a successful sacrifice. And over to second is Frank Robinson. Brooks Robinson coming to bat, runner on second base. And it's a 4-7 off Cloninger's card. A 4-7. It's going to be a ground ball, second base X. Second baseman is a 2. We rolled a 7, so 2-7 is a ground ball. Runners advance 1 base, so it's 4-3. And Frank Robinson advances to third. It's going to be Dave Johnson. Here's the pitch to Dave Johnson. It's a 2-11. A 2-11 is a ground ball hit right at the third baseman Perez across the diamond, and that's out number 3. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's going to be McNally against Tommy Helms. Tommy Helms is 1-for-1. He's singled. And it's 4-9. It's off McNally's card. A 4-9 is going to be a fly ball to left field. Buford. One away. Concepcion sacrificed in the second. And it's a 5-11. It's a ground ball to the first baseman. X. And that's Powell is a 2. We rolled a 9. And that's going to be a ball that Powell handles himself, second out of the inning. And it's the pitcher. Cloninger is a 3, so we get the pitcher's hitting card number 3. And it's a 110. A 110 is going to be a base hit. Ground ball that makes it through the hole. And Cloninger's on it first. Here's Pete Rose. And it's a 4-12. A 4-12 is a ground ball. It's going to be taken by Powell, unassisted. The score is 2-1 Cincinnati. Welcome back. You are joining the action in the top of the 8th inning. We are replaying Game 6 of the 1970 World Series. The Orioles lead the series 3-2, and the Orioles lead this game 6-4. Batting for the Orioles is going to be Andy Etchebarren, the pitcher spot, and Don Buford. Don Gullett has replaced Cloninger, and it's a 2-4. A 2-4. It's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop, Concepcion, over to first. One away. Going to let the pitcher bat. And McNally is a 1. Pitcher hitting card 1. A 3-11. It's going to be a fly ball. Center field for the second out. Tolan is there easy. And Don Buford. Here's Gullett to Buford. And it's a 6-3. A 6-3 is going to be a fly ball right field X. Right fielder is Rose, a 1. We rolled a 4. It's an easy out for Rose in right. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. The score is 6-4 Baltimore. And in the bottom of the 8th, we're going to have Helms, Concepcion, and Carbo. Here's the pitch. It's a 2-5. It's a fly ball. Buford, 1 away. Concepcion, he's 0-for-2 on the day. And it's a 4-10. It's a fly ball center field X. The center fielder is Blair. We rolled a 16. Blair's a 1. And that's a ball that Blair runs down 2 away. Bottom of the 8th. The elimination game for Cincinnati. They need this victory to tie the series. It's going to be Bernie Carbo. It's a 5-5. It's a pop-up to the left side. Shortstop, Belanger, for the third out. And we go to the top of the 9th. In the top of the 9th, we are going to see Belanger, Powell, and Frank Robinson. Belanger is 0-for-2. Here's the pitch from Gullett. And it's 6-5. 6-5 is a fly ball to right field. Rose is there. 1 away. And it's Boog Powell. It's a 2-5. A 2-5 is ball 4. So Boog is on first. And Frank Robinson, who is 2-for-4 on the day, singled twice and driven in a run, scored a run. And it's 5-6. 5-6 is strike 3. 2 away. It's Paul Blair. There's 2 outs, run around first. And it's a 6-8. A 6-8 is going to be a strikeout. And we go bottom of the 9th. 6-4 Baltimore. This will be the top of the order. McNally's still in there for Baltimore, trying to go the distance. But there is movement in the Oriole bullpen. Here's the pitch to Rose. It's 6-5, and that's ball 4. And we're going to have a pitching change. We are in the bottom of the 9th. It's a 6-4 score. Baltimore is up. This is Game 6 of the 1970 World Series, and Cincinnati is on the verge of elimination. But we have Pete Rose on at first, and Eddie Watt has just come in replacing Dave McNally, and there he's going to pitch to Tolan, Perez, and Bench. Here's the pitch to Tolan. It's a 2-9. A 2-9 is a split. 7 is going to be a ball hit into the gap, and that's going to roll to the wall. And stopping at third is going to be Rose, and going to second with a stand-up double is Tolan. So we start the bottom of the 9th with a walk and a double, so we have second and third. The tying run is now at second base. It's going to be Tony Perez against Eddie Watt. And it's a 1-6. The infield is back. It's a 1-6, and that's strike 3. Big strikeout for Eddie Watt. And it's Johnny Bench. Johnny Bench batted .293. 35 doubles, 4 triples, and 45 home runs. He led the National League in home runs in 1970. And here's the pitch from Watt. It's going to be a 6-7, and that's strike 3. And Bench goes down swinging. That's 2 away. So the Reds are on the cusp of elimination. They're down to their last out. The tying run is standing at second base in Bobby Tolan. And it's going to be Lee May. Lee May batted .253, 34 doubles, 2 triples, and 34 home runs. And Eddie Watt looks in for the sign. Lee May steps out of the box, calls time. Okay, so Eddie Watt sets the pitch. And it's off Watt's card. It's a 4-10. It's a ground ball to Robinson. Robinson dives, gets up, and throws a bullet to first base and gets made by a step. A great play by Robinson, and that's the third out of the inning and the end of the game, the end of the series. The Baltimore Orioles celebrate. And that's all she wrote for the 1970 World Series. Baltimore wins it 4-2. They beat the Reds in this game by a score of 6-4. And McNally's going to get the win, and Tony Cloninger gets the loss.